The Grammys that just took place proved a lot of things, including that some people just don't appreciate the world of rap. Mainly in that there are so many rappers who deserve awards in this past award season, but didn't get them for one reason or another. Mainly bias. But despite the Fox pause, there are some things that can be very much appreciated, like how so many rap albums did well in 2020 and deserve to be appreciated. But which ones rose to the top? Which one stood out from the rest? Allow us to show you the best rap albums of 2020. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. 12. Megan Thee Stallion, Suga. Prior to the delivery of Good News, her official debut album, Megan Thee Stallion gave the honey something sweet to nibble on her third EP, Sugar. Her new alter ego, Sugar, whose besties with her former doppelganger, Tina Snow, serves biting bars on singles like BTCH and Captain Hook as the main course, and sumptuous auto-tuned R&B ballads like What I Need and Crying in the Car for dessert, keeping listeners entertained throughout. And you recall, she got a lot of Grammys recently. 11. Logic, No Pressure. On July 16th, Logic announced that his new album, No Pressure, would be his last before retirement. It's been a great decade. Now it's time to be a father, the Maryland-born MC wrote in an Instagram post. From there, he let the music do the talking, as usual. Over the course of 15 songs, he plays homage to all the sounds, styles, and topics that brought him stardom. Be it well-used samples, quick-witted lyricism, or blunt discussions surrounding his upbringing and mental health, all while keeping an eye toward the future. Logic has been someone who has endured in rap for some time, and it's honestly refreshing to see a rapper admit it's time to do more while still going out in style. 10. Juice WRLD, Legends Never Die. Sadly, we have a set of posthumous albums on this list due to the death of two young rappers in recent years. While fans cherish and preserve Juice WRLD as their angel speaking to them from above, the late rapper confronts his demons on his first posthumous album, Legends Never Die. He foresees the past while his drug habits will take him, seemingly succumbing to his fate in tracks like Titanic. But even after his tragic death from an accidental overdose at 21 in December 2019, Juice hovers like a lighthouse by flashing glimpses of hope amidst bleak confessional ballads to his listeners. The true sadness of his album is that this is the end for his music. Many felt he had a long path ahead of him, but that just wasn't to be. 9. Chika, Industry Games. After building a fan base with her toured freestyles on Instagram, Chika doled out her 7-track mini opus at the top of 2020. The 20-minute EP finds a 23-year-old hopscotching her way through music industry fluff. By seamlessly swerving through rookie mistakes, Industry Games, Chika soars as a lyrical skywalker. Songs about you. The cosigns are aplenty, as she lands nods from Jay-Z and Diddy for her wordplay. But it's her ability to nimbly switch gears from rapping to singing that makes this EP such an exciting listen. And fans definitely resonate with it, and thus the project was a success. 8. Polo G, the GOAT. There simply aren't many current rappers with a better panache for storytelling than Polo G, the Chicago MC who broke through last year with the top 20 hit Pop Out. The GOAT let him continue to explain his humble beginnings and misgivings with fame, while also absolutely bodying verses, as he does on Go Stupid, a summit of young rapper talent featuring Stun of 4 Vegas and NLE Choppa. Some people got it, and Polo G is definitely one who has it. 7. 21 Savage and Metro Boomin. Savage Mode 2. I've seen good movies and bad plenty of times, Drake warns on Mr. Right Now. Early in Savage Mode 2. No worries here though, this blockbuster sequel is much more than Aliens and Die Hard 2. Satisfied all the way through and brilliant enough in its own right to engage longtime fans in its heated, is this actually better than, debates. Helped to have such an all-star supporting cast, of course. Not just Drake, but Young Thug, Young Nudie, and even an actual Oscar winner and narrator, Morgan Freeman. But the stars of the show are still Savage, playing both the set's protagonist and antagonist with equal aplomb, and Metro directing the proceedings with Riley Scott precision and Tony Scott explosiveness. Seriously though, how did they get Morgan Freeman on this? Magnificent. 6. Freddie Gibbs and the Alchemist, Alfredo. Let's get right to the point here. Alfredo isn't going to leave anyone at the table feeling unsatisfied. Freddie Gibbs and the Alchemist need just 35 minutes to deliver a 10-course epic that's packed with star-studded features. Rick Ross, Tyler the Creator, Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, and showcases the veterans turning in some of the most immaculate songwriting and production efforts, respectively, of their careers. Gibbs rides along the easily digestible beats throughout, ultimately earning his long-awaited, much-deserved first Grammy nomination, and The Alchemist second for Best Rap Album. They didn't win, but that doesn't matter, as the music literally speaks for itself.
I don't want to waste any time.
5. Jay Electronica, a written testimony. It's not surprising that Jay Electronica and silent partner Jay-Z would be on this list for an A-written testimony. One of the longest anticipated debut albums in hip-hop history. Listening to the two Jays on the set, you couldn't easily tell which is a Hall of Fame veteran and which is the hungry protege with something to prove. Both MCs sound locked in and voracious throughout. Whether going interstellar with Travis Scott on The Blinding or getting biblical with The Dream on Ezekiel's Wheel, feeding off each other's gigawatts of energy to keep pushing harder, pulling deeper. Sometimes things just work out the way they're supposed to.
Welcome to Eternal Take.
4. Lil Uzi Vert, Eternal Take. 2020 finally saw the dropping of the long-awaited Eternal Take album, a full-length deluxe edition and collaborative album with Future and more. This was a long time coming because of issues with record labels and beyond, but it finally came and made waves. The follow-ups to his highly anticipated first album since 2017, Love is Rage, were delicious confections. But Eternal Take remained the main course, a relentless showcase of technical skill and galaxy brain hooks that many are still unpacking months later. Granted, Lil Uzi Vert right now is not the best place mentally. Have you seen that diamond in his forehead? But the music he makes is still hitting where it needs to, and in that way, that's what matters. 3. Run the Jewels, RTJ4. When Killer Mike told Billboard in early May that RTJ4 would march through this mother world like a beast, many felt this was just posturing like most rappers do. But when he and LP surprise released the album on June 3rd, 2 days ahead of its planned arrival, the album's timely message accompanied protesters taking to the streets and demanding justice following the police killing of George Floyd on May 25th. It resonated, scoring the duo's first top 10 entry on the Billboard 200, while exemplifying that even as the Run the Jewels fanbase continues to grow on a global scale, their tried and true formula of pairing socially conscious rapping and brash production with their natural, affable chemistry isn't going anywhere. And many will be happy that it's not because it's clear that music they make speaks to them on a deep level. 2. Pop Smoke, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon. For Pop Smoke, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon released months after his tragic death at the age of 20, just as he was about to break into the mainstream, made him a superstar in death. As one of the most commercially successful albums of the year, the full length was rife with A-list guests playing tribute to the Brooklyn rapper, including 50 Cent, who helped guide the project as an executive producer, as well as gestures towards R&B and more soulful sounds that showcase what could have been. The death of Pop Smoke is a true tragedy, and one that'll be remembered for a long time, but at the very least, this successful album will honor him for just as long as time.
Cook that shit up, Quay.
1. Lil Baby, My Turn. Lil Baby earned his stripes in the rap game with his sophomore album, My Turn, which debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and ended up spending 5 weeks on top. His signature baritone fleshes out his rags to riches account over hissing hi-hats and synths to touching flutes and harps. But the bigger picture and contribution to the year's Black Lives Matter protest albums, added to the set's deluxe edition following its June release, framed the ATL narrative as one of the most relevant artists of 2020 for how he can meet the movement at every movement and speak on it like a true prophet. In short, he proved himself in 2020, and most look for him to do even more in 2021. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the rap albums of 2020 that really shine in all the ways that mattered? Do you agree with all the rap albums put on this list? Which ones do you feel were the best? Which ones do you think deserved a high spot? Do you think an album listed shouldn't have been on this list at all? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.